Hey guys, awesome guy 830 here with the WWE TLC pay-per-view review and results video. This was a great pay-per-view. Lately WWE pay-per-views are being really boring. Just take Hell in a Cell. It's what the name is, Hell in a Cell, and there was one cell match. Just turn what they're doing. Survivor Series wasn't much better, but this pay-per-view was just great. Two really standout matches. The two standout matches were the Ryback and Team Hell No versus The Shield, and John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler. So I'll get into them later. And the pre-show was actually quite important in this case because there was a Divas Santa's Helper Battle Royal to determine the number one contender for the Divas Championship, who would face Eve in the actual show. And they're all dressed as Santa's helpers and stuff. So they all came out. A lot of divas involved. Came down to Caitlyn and Naomi, which I thought was kind of weird because they were the two in NXT. They were the final two and the divas won, and Caitlyn beat Naomi. And Eve was there, and Caitlyn was like on their apron, and Eve like pulled it so she smacked her head. Naomi drop kicks her out of the ring. So Naomi wins, which was a huge shock to me. I haven't seen Naomi in ages. It was her first pay-per-view match in the actual show. So the actual show kicks off with the Rhodes Scholars against Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio to become the number one contenders for the tag team championships in a ladder match. It was a decent match. Not one of the best of the night, but it wasn't one of the worst. Obviously, all the matches with stipulations were exciting. So, there was a lot going on. A lot of people almost getting put through a table. And came down to Sin Cara was standing on the apron getting ready to spring up and crossbody on Damon Sandow. And then Cody Rhodes comes out of nowhere, pushes Sin Cara off the apron, and there was two tables set up, and Sin Cara slams right into them. And so he is put through a table. The Rhodes Scholars win and are the new number one contenders for their tag team championships, and will probably get their match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Next we had Antonio Cesaro versus R-Truth. A pretty boring match, the worst of the night. R-Truth, let's say, was just beating them up pretty much all the way through the match. It was really, oh my god, it was boring. It was such a bad match. It was just R-Truth getting quite a good offense in, and then Antonio Cesaro just neutralized him. That's it. And then afterwards, he grabbed the microphone off Matt Drager and started doing a promo with those USA chants. So that was it for that match. Kofi Kingston versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. It was a decent match, like the Sin Cara Rey Mysterio match. It was alright, but not brilliant. There was a lot of offense for Kofi. He got the boom drop and he hit an SOS and stuff, but Barrett was lined up for the bullhorn, so he gets him, and Kofi Kingston reverses it into a Trouble in Paradise and picks up the victory and retains the championship. Now at this point, with 3 matches gone, it hasn't been the best pay-per-views. There wasn't really any. The first and third matches were half decent, but weren't anything special. They seemed alright, but compared to the rest of the pay-per-view, they were really kind of suckish. But anyway, next match was Ryback and Team Hell No against The Shield. Now, I was wondering if this was going to be the main event, but it wasn't. I thought it might be this or Big Show vs. Sheamus, but it actually turned out to be John Cena and Ziggler, so that was a shock. So, this was a great match. The second best of the night. I'd say the Ziggler Cena one was better, but really still a great match. There was a lot of stuff going on between Ryback and there was just all going on. People getting getting hit by ladders, hit by chairs, put through tables. I mean, the Shield did very well. Anytime that one of their men, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, or Dean Ambrose, were getting quite beaten up, they would go as a 3 instead of attacking that one person, or 2, 3 on 2, 3 on 1. That pack-like thing. So yeah, that worked pretty well for them. It was pretty good ending for the WWE. I mean, they're all beating up Ryback. Like at the end, they're all like beating up loads, just absolutely destroying him. Then they put him on a table and say, "Right, Seth, get up there." So there's like this huge ladder. I mean, it's really tall, like twice the size of the normal ladders. So he's climbing up it, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, is he actually gonna jump him?" Because he would have slammed Ryback through a table. And the other two go back to the ring, and then Ryback gets up, he climbs up the ladder, gets Seth Rollins, throws him down the ladder, and there's 4 tables there, and he gets slammed into them, and he hit his head off one of them. So yeah, and then back in the ring, the 2 members of the Shield put Daniel Bryan through a table and got the victory. So it was a good way for the match to end for WWE because it didn't make Ryback look weak, but it's still, because I mean, after the pay-per-view victory losses that have gone quite, Ryback was starting to like look a bit weak compared to like other people. But that was a great way to end it because he didn't he lost, but it didn't make him look weak. So good way to end it. Yeah, so that happened. The next match was Eve versus Naomi. Oh my God, this was a boring match. I mean, this is I've been talking to a lot of people about the pay-per-view, and a lot of people just saying it was like, you know, like in a half time in like soccer or something, or football or something. I mean, if you think about half time, it's just like that. I mean, no one really cared about this match. Everyone knew that Eve was gonna win, so it was a bit more. Eve did win, so there you go. Next match was the Big Show and Sheamus. Now, a lot of people, and I've still been telling a lot of people, and they were all shocked this wasn't main event, and I was too. I mean, the WWE Championship is like always main event unless it's like something else like Cena versus Lesnar or Triple H versus Lesnar or something like that, some big match. But other than that, the WWE, I mean, even when the WWE Championship is not in, the World Heavyweight Championship still isn't the main event. I mean, what's going on? It wasn't even in a cell at Hell in a Cell. I mean, come on, the World Heavyweight Championship like supposed to be like an equal to the WWE Championship, just SmackDown's version, but it's seeming like a lot weaker now, so they need to sort that out. It was a decent match, Big Show and Sheamus. One of the better ones, but not as good as the ladder or the TLC match. Wow, they were beating each other up a lot. Oh my God. They were just back and forth. Everyone kept beating them down. It came down to Sheamus looking for a bro kick. Big Show got out the way. WMD supposedly knocked him out, but Sheamus kicked out of it. And you could see at this point Big Show was getting pretty peed off. So he went out and he got this huge chair. I mean, oh my God, you wouldn't have seen a steel chair like it. It was huge. And he hits him once with it and wins the match. What the hell? So Sheamus can kick out of something that's supposed to knock him out, but he can't kick out of one chair shot in a chairs match. That was a really bad ending, WWE. You need to sort that out. Oh my God. What the heck? Yeah. Then next match was, well, actually, this is the one match that we didn't know about leading up to it. There wasn't actually many time fillers. This is the only one. Well, in my class, it's a good match. Basically, earlier in the show, there'd been Miz TV and 3MB were on it, and they started taking the mick out of the Spanish commentators. So Ricardo Rodriguez comes down and start to stick up for them, and yeah, 3MB stopped beating him up. So Alberto Del Rio comes out and starts being trying to defend Ricardo, but then 3MB start getting the upper hand. So Miz joins in, and then a match is announced for the show that it was going to be Del Rio versus no, it was gonna be 3MB versus Del Rio Miz, and I thought there was gonna be Ricardo Rodriguez, but no, they got to pick their teammate, so it's not necessarily gonna be Ricardo Rodriguez, and it wasn't. They picked the Brooklyn Brawler, so because well they're in Brooklyn, so there you go. It was a decent match. Well, it wasn't really. It was a pretty boring match. Nice skull crushing finale. The Brooklyn Brawler in. Who is a finisher now? It's called the Boston Crab. I seem to know. So yeah, he hits the Boston Crab. 1, 2, 3. Picks up victory. And then we get on to the main event. Now, even though I was shocked that this was the main event, it was the best match of the night. It was, oh my god, Ziggler versus Cena in a ladder match for a $1 million contract. Oh yeah, I like to point out that after the Big Show won, he just took the chair and then took title out. Ziggler did not cash in his Money in the Bank because, well, Big Show wasn't really injured, so it'd been like just starting the match all over again. So it's a bit of a bad time to do it. The crowd were surprised being smashed. They were all cheering for Ziggler and they were all booing Cena and stuff. I'm not sure if Ziggler is from Brooklyn or not. I don't know if that's like why they're all booing Cena and cheering for Ziggler, but they might just hate Cena. So there's a lot of "you can't wrestle" chants, like mocking Cena's "you can't see me" thing. So it's a lot of that. And a lot of moves were pulled off in this match. It wasn't just like throwing people through ladders. There was a lot of moves like getting used. So it comes down. So John Cena's does the attitude adjustment, and Dolph Ziggler rolls out of the ring, and then Vicky Guerrero comes down, and she's just about to hit. She's gonna hit John Cena with a steel chair, and the crowd are going nuts, like yeah, like proper happy. And then AJ comes out and starts beating up Vicky, and then so it's just Cena, and Ziggler's pretty weak. So Cena gets up the ladder, and all the crowd are booing. So then he climbs up pretty far to the top, and then she's skipping around the ring, she gets in, she pushes the ladder with John Cena on it off, and John Cena falls towards Ziggler, and Ziggler hits a super kick. Oh, you could hear the impact. It was very big impact, so you could hear it. So yeah, so John Cena gets thrown into a super kick. Then Ziggler gets up, puts the ladder. He's in the corner. She like looks at him and then just leaves. And then then Ziggler comes up, gets the briefcase. I mean, I don't know. She like seemed to look at him weird. So I don't know if like you know if you watch TNA, there's been like people paying the aces and eights to them. I don't know if you like paid her or blackmailed her into doing that, but that might have happened. So we'll have to see what happens on Monday Night Raw. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you like this video. Please do subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you don't know who I am, I do Raw, SmackDown, TNA Impact, and all the pay-per-views from both companies. I also do previews videos on the pay-per-views. So do tune into my Monday Night Raw video, which I will be posting soon after Monday Night Raw. I'll just see you guys later. See you.